Declan, so obviously a massive game coming up on Sunday, a cup final for Bows and Pats. How are you feeling going into that game?
Feel good. Obviously there was that disappointing aspect of the last couple of league games, having fallen out of the top 3-4 positions that we've occupied all year. But we use that as motivation now. We use that as a spur to push on. And listen, I think the game's going to be a very tight affair. I think it's two good teams. I think it's two teams that's capable of winning the match. I think over recent games there hasn't been much in it between both sides. Like John and like his team, like the way they play, and they've got obviously people like Forrester and Carty and Redmond, and name 3 or 4 more. But it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a game where you have to embrace it. It's a fantastic occasion. So really looking forward to it. Family will be down. People are calling from out of nowhere for tickets. So absolutely, it's I'm very fortunate. This is my 5th cup final. Sometimes people don't get the one, so I find myself very lucky. But as I said already, it's all about winning it.
You mentioned there your 5th cup final, so obviously you have experience in it. You've experience in winning it as well, and what that occasion is like. Is that a high that you chase as part of being a manager?
Listen, I think every manager, every player, every coach, everybody involved in the game wants to be involved in the showcase final. They want to be there at the end of the season. We're now there, but we don't want to just be there. You want to, it's the best day or worst day. It's not. There's no in between. There's no second chances. So it's a case of you want to look back on your career, and I've still got photographs in the house over all my cup finals, and when you look back on them, they're special days. But they're only special when you won, as I say, and it's been too long for this club. I was part of the Derry City bench in terms of 2008 when Pat Fenlon's team beat Derry on penalties in the RDS. If you had told me that day that Bows not won another trophy for 15 years minimum, I would have laughed at you, because it was just so many talented people and talented players, and the expectation of the crowd on that occasion, having just done doubles, and so now that we find ourselves on the other side of it, and I'd love nothing more. I'd love nothing more for the people involved at the club, the people that have helped the club survive over recent years. People behind the scenes that don't get the notice that they probably deserve. I would love it more for them than anybody that we're able to bring a trophy back here to this stadium, and it's going to be a new stadium here in a few years' time. And you don't want to be thinking back to 2008 that was the last trophy that came on the old Daily Mount Park. So there's plenty of motivation, but motivation only takes you so far. You've got to understand that there's a game to be played, and I'm confident we have the players that are capable of the big occasion. But I know John Daly will be saying exactly the same.
I think I speak for everyone. I say you really bought into the culture here of what it means to be a Bohemian and what it means to be part of this club. So how important do you think it is, not only for yourself but to the fans, that we do have the trophy here back in Dalymount?
It's massively important. I said when I first came in a year ago that when people asked me what the targets were, and people must have thought I was a bit mad, because there wasn't really that connection with players and fans. There was something off this time last year. It was just something not right in terms of the intensity of the playing side of things, and the fans were very down on the players, and it just wasn't a good feel. But it would be everything to be able to bring a trophy back here. I think the group of players we've assembled this year, brand new backroom team, people working together for the first time. We know our league campaign finished on a real sour note, but it would be, I think it's, as a club, the growth of the club and where the club is going, and the future that's going to be had here with a new stadium, and the driving forces behind the scenes of taking the club to the next level. I think there will be trophies coming to Dalymount. I think there will. But it's a here and now, and it's a 50-50 game in my opinion, and we'll be going all out, because it'll be something that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
You obviously have a lot of players in the squad who have experienced that cup final, whether on one end, the likes of James Talbot and Ali in 2021, or then you have the likes of Dylan Connolly. The last time he played here in Ireland, he won the trophy. Akintunde won it last year. How important do you think that experience is going into this game?
It is. It's important, and Pats have obviously won from 2021 as well. But it's important. But it's also on the day. It's also about making sure you don't get too hyped up, making sure that you do the things that got you here. It's about we've got really good young players here. You've McManus, you've Clark, you Kane Byrne. Kasper Radowski we're really painful for, because obviously he's played a lot of minutes in nearly every game this year. and a very harsh sending off has taken away that dream of playing there. But Bucko as well is a huge loss to us, but I think he'll have a huge role in the preparations as well, in just being able to talk to people and pass his experiences on. But it's great that people have experienced it before, but sometimes those cup finals are remembered for one bit of magic or one bit of quality, and there's certainly players on both sides that can produce it.
And just two questions around the Aviva then. Obviously the cup final is in the Aviva. First of all, how big a role do you think the crowd is going to play on the day? I think the last I heard it's around 37,000 give or take. How important do you think that, how big do you think the crowd will be?
Every bit as big as even the playing side of things. What they've done this year for us, even when difficult moments, I remember us coming back from behind in certain games, and the support from the crowd in terms of getting us over the line. We haven't done anything easy all year. We've had to fight for every game, every point, every one in the cup. And just go back to the semi-final when we were on our knees in terms of holding out against a team that hadn't lost, that had beat Premiership opposition, and we're down to 10 men for the duration of the second half. Our fans got us across the line. They're singing, they're getting behind the team, and that's going to be needed again. That is a huge aspect. I call on everybody to come out and support the game if you can get there. The prices of the tickets are reasonable. The tickets are flying out at the minute, but it's a special occasion, and to be successful on special occasions like this, it has to work hand in glove. It has to be the players giving the fans something to shout about, and the fans giving something to the players that they can all push together in terms of that pursuit of winning the actual game.
And just the other question I had on the Aviva then, obviously it's a massive pitch there in the Aviva. How do you think that'll play to your team? Do you think that plays into your strengths? Or
I think for both teams it's different. If you look over recent history, a lot of the games go to extra time, a lot of games go to penalties. You find that a lot of players come down with cramp. You find a lot of players spending a lot of emotional effort in the occasion. But we have certainly got players that will enjoy playing on the big spaces, and on the flip side of that, I know for a fact as well, Pats have players that will enjoy playing there too. As I say, I think it's two evenly matched teams. There's only 6 or 7 points between us in the league campaign. We've left points behind us, but I think it's two teams that will really go for the juggler, and I expect a real open game, and that pitch will certainly provide us, both teams, with that.
Well, I really wish you all the luck in the world. Best of luck on Sunday, Dick.
Cheers, thank you.